Hi, ho everyone, my name's Mr. Fruit, and I just pooped my pants. You guys haven't been telling this monitor's been going in and out. The house is rumbling. It's a storm out right now. I'm surprised I haven't lost power.
I feel like it always is.
Dude, this summer, bro, has been wild.
It has been really wet.
I don't know if it's
really
I mean,
wet
it
summer.
might not have been hitting you, but like down here, bro, like we got like another F1 storm, like I swear to God.
Really? It hasn't been like stormy, but it's been like
I mean, like
just
hail
rainy.
or the wind. We have like a high wind about it. It's over like 50 miles or something. All of his. She's like, this is the worst summer of my life, and I don't blame her.
I mean, I'd be with her. I hate storms like that.
So, anyway, hopefully I get through this intro. Welcome to episode 192 of the GG Over Easy podcast. In today's episode, Blue joins us yet again. We discuss his venture to the Final Fantasy Fest in Las Vegas, his time there. We talk about the thing right after that, which was something. And then after that, React content. And then after that, questions and answers. And in between all that, some other stuff that we were either anecdotal or I forgot, which is usually a good bit. But it's the GG Over Easy podcast, baby. What else do you expect? Except excellent content. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's us, baby. Yes, sir. That's all we crank. Us. We crank. We can't crank in Fortnite, but we can crank podcasts.
You know how I know we're good podcast? Because Asmongold and XQC just re-uploaded our last week's podcast of them reacting to our podcast.
You know, I said I wouldn't appreciate it. Go for it. You know. With that said, enjoy today's episode.
GG Over Easy is sponsored by BetterHelp. Sometimes in life we're faced with tough choices and the path forward isn't always clear. I know myself, I struggle a lot with thinking about how my career is going to go. In general, I think a lot about where I'm going to be in 5 or 10 years, and it weighs me down so heavy. It's such a vague thing to worry about as well, to the point where it feels like you can't really talk to anyone, and you can't really find a clear path forward immediately because it is so hazy. Even though it seems impossible to talk about, therapy has really helped me talk about it myself in a way that makes sense in the English language. It's helped me to not just talk to my therapist about these problems, but to talk to other people who can relate to exactly what I'm going through. And the coping mechanisms I have learned when it comes to just thinking about the future has been so invaluable and has helped me so much. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GG. Signing your life away to a big wireless provider is kind of like being trapped on a roller coaster from hell. Sure, it looked fun at first. They probably threw in a free phone, but now you can't get off. Month after month of insane bills and unexpected thrills like overages and surprise fees. If that sounds like your current big wireless plan, it's time to get off the ride with Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month. $15 a month versus what you currently spend at your big provider. That's a lot of money you could be spending on things you actually want to spend it on. Not like trading cards or anything. Not like I spend a lot of money on those. I would never spend that much money on trading cards. But for you, you could maybe finally go out and have a good date night with your partner. Maybe go to the theater. Maybe save for a trip you didn't think was possible. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans for just $15 a month. Say bye-bye to your big wireless plan's jaw-dropping monthly bills and unexpected overages. All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/GG. That's mintmobile.com/GG. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/GG.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast. Today's episode, we are going to be talking about
69.
I'm sure that'll probably inevitably get up in some capacity. Not a
Yeah,
focus.
also,
You know, I
other
don't want to
things.
get their hopes up. We will probably be discussing. We'll get to your adventures
I
and
went to
final
FanFest.
Fanacon. Fana.
Is that what they call it?
It's Final Fantasy Fan Festival.
I knew that. Now, is that
2023.
just for the MMO or just Final Fantasy
Just for
as
the
a whole?
MMO.
Oh, wow, bougie. Was there any, first off, life-changing announcements there? Was it like, oh my god? Yes, Rob.
I saw somebody crying. I saw a video of a woman crying from an announcement. So I'm excited to see
Wow.
what Blue thinks.
No, we just go. Oh, we're
Yeah,
not doing that.
just
I forgot
hit-
we don't do the intros like that anymore. Okay, look, here's the thing about FF community. They get pretty dramatic about things that aren't like that dramatic. So like they'll see a character and they'll be like, my skin is clear, my cancer is cured. I no longer have hemorrhoids in my ass.
Wait, no, I still have hemorrhoids, but that's okay.
I mean, so it's in Vegas, right? Like,
Yep, so basic rundown is it's in Vegas, and there's this big convention center that they always do it in Vegas. They haven't done it in a couple of years, but this year they did it in Vegas. And it's just for the devs to hang out with the homies. They'll do like live panels. They'll do a live keynote of like the new expansion, which they revealed the new expansion. It's called Dawn Trail, kind of like a summer vacation
that's what
expansion.
I saw with crying.
We've had like two like really serious expansions in a row right now. So we're getting like a little more carefree one.
Are you talking narratively?
Crying. Yes, narratively, 100%. Couple, it's I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Trailer didn't reveal a whole lot. It just kind of revealed the setting.
You're in for a fillers like expansion.
I don't think it's filler. I think it's just like it's a good like change of pace. We've had two really serious expansions in a row. So I think
but what if they go Lightfall on you?
Destiny 2 Lightbringer.
Well, they've had like 4 bangers in a row now, so I think they've broken the Destiny curse.
I mean, they don't
Destiny's,
miss.
it's like, wow, that was sick. Oh, we're back. Oh, but and we're
wait.
And then,
Okay, I forgot to ask this. And I don't know if I got trolled or if this is actually a collab. Did Final Fantasy and Fall Guys do a collab?
Okay,
or is that like
thing.
coming?
Yes, no, they are doing a collab. So whenever FF does a collab, they'll not only do a crossover into the game they're collabing with, they'll also do a collab. Like they'll bring that game into the MMO.
Yeah, that's like what's crazy. Like it's not Final Fantasy and Fall Guys. So that's like we always see that.
That's
like
what
there's
I saw.
Fall Guys in Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yes. So Fall Guys is getting like
Which
a bunch of
sick.
FF skins,
We need
which
more
is cool.
of that.
Yeah, FF is getting Fall Guys maps. So the FF devs are making like a bunch of Fall Guys themed like jumping puzzles. So there's this place in Final Fantasy in 14. It's called the Gold Saucer.
That's
it's
cool.
like this gambling place. It's like
Gamba.
this not real gambling.
There.
No wonder they hold it in Vegas.
It's in-game gambling, and you can like they have like these dumb activities. It's basically like Chuck E. Cheese for Final Fantasy. I love Chuck E. Cheese. And so they'll have like these events like every like 20 minutes or so, where you could like hop in, do the event, get a bunch of like gambling money, and they put
you
like
ever win big.
So like at the small scratch tickets, basically, I've won big a couple times, but like they have like these big like basically like the Lotto, the Mega Millions. Haven't won big on that yet, unfortunately. But yeah, Fall Guys is coming into Final Fantasy, which is like a really weird thing to talk about. They revealed that like near the end, like after like all the like, and here's the expansion, and here's what you can expect, and here's the locale, and then they're like, oh, one more thing, and we're like, oh, what's it gonna be? And it was Fall Guys, and everyone's like, what the fuck, man? That's
so like the community's not stoked about it, or they are?
Community loved it. Okay. I was like, bro, like I still haven't played Fall Guys, so.
Would you rather have it been Destiny 2?
You've never played Fall Guys?
Haven't played Fall Guys. I missed that hype train. You guys were like full every time we did Fall Guys.
That's crazy. Well,
I guess
we can play it again now when the thing comes out. Sure.
I'm in. But
I
yeah,
was actually, yeah, because that just reminds me. I remember seeing that on Twitter, and I thought it was just like a weird fake video. I didn't really look into it, and I was like,
Nope.
that's
Yeah,
weird
It's
looking.
very real.
I thought I could have been baited. I didn't look
Yeah.
more into. I was like, oh,
Baited.
interesting.
It is insanely real,
So how was
and I
the,
really didn't expect it.
aside from the announcements, how was the convention?
So went to the convention with the lad. We did a lot of cool stuff. I was lucky enough to get into the lottery to get the FanFest tickets. Everything about FanFest is done by lottery, so I actually didn't like the convention that much, unfortunately.
Oh no, I kind of heard this. I kind of felt like a majority of the people
There's
there
like
were
okay,
tweeting like,
Bless you. Bless you.
"No, you're already starting. You're already starting. You
God.
got the con. You
I got the con vid.
Yeah, it's over."
I'm gonna get it through this screen,
yeah,
dude. I
I
need
would
my
just
mask,
think- yeah.
bro. Oh god.
So like, I feel like it's like that GCX type of con where it's only like half of the fun is because you have your friends there, versus like the con itself is not exactly like the most riveting. Like, it's mostly
It's not like super like a juicy burger, you know. You got your
yeah, like GCX is like, hey, come meet your friends, meet your favorite content creators. You know what I mean?
and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I would like to say it. You know, like you can't be disappointed with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, knowing you're getting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now, if you show up to a restaurant thinking like, oh my god, like I'm at this beautiful restaurant, I'm gonna get like a 9-course meal, and then they give you peanut butter jelly, you're gonna be disappointed. But in any other setting, you'd be like, oh, like this is great.
Yeah.
Well, I spent $200 on this peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so $200. So
Very fancy PB&J.
Did you go to like the actual like stage where like they showed the trailer and all that kind of stuff?
So me and a bunch of friends are at an Airbnb, and it was pretty cool. Nice Airbnb. Las Vegas is wicked. 115 degrees almost every day. That was pretty tight.
Something like
That's cap. That was not very tight. I don't even care if you don't like understand my sarcasm. I just want to make sure you understand. 115 degrees fucking sucks, dear God. But yeah, so the way the system worked to get into FanFest is you had to have a lottery, basically. So I was lucky enough to not get picked for the lottery, but my friend who did get into the lottery did go, but they ended up choosing to go to GCX instead of FanFest, so I got their ticket. Shout out Danko and Char. Very nice for letting me have their tickets. Now, convention itself. I don't really know what to expect. So the main selling point is that obviously you get to go like see the devs live whenever the devs do like keynote panels. Whenever they do like a bunch of different panels, like oh, how we made Endwalker. Here's how we like made the language of these characters. Like here's the dev panel. Like, oh, this is like our art that we worked on, like concept art series, like various things like that. They'll do like a big cosplay walk. Obviously, the big selling point was you get to be live in the audience when they reveal the new expansion. Then they'll go over like a patch, like which is like a live letter. They'll go over the patch notes coming up for the next expect.
So they do like a TWAB.
You can do it all live. Yeah, it's all like live right there. And then in addition to that, which I thought was pretty cool, there's a lot of activities you get to do. There's like in the area, they have like these big, how do I describe this? It's like adult playgrounds where you have like all these themed area and locations from the expansion and like different activities to do in them. And that was really cool. They give you this really cool goodie bag, which is really, really fun. It had like a bunch of like stuff from the game. They had square grapes. They had like a Zem crystal for those.
Yeah, what is the grape thing? I don't get that. I saw.
Square
and then I saw an arrow person, light up arrow person that was creating a firestorm on Twitter.
We actually met them and we took a picture of them. So the square grapes is a big meme because at the start of the expansion, there was these insanely low poly grapes, which most people understood. It's like it's an MMO with like tons of different open areas. Like some parts have to be.
Play it are like, what is this?
Some parts have to be low res, but yeah, people found the grapes and they're just these square ass grapes, just low texture, just square polygon.
It is something out of like PS1, I will admit.
I've never had the square grapes. They're probably great.
And so so FF devs definitely embrace the memes, and they're just like, yeah, that was a good meme. Fuck it, let's do it. So they like doing the square grapes meme a lot. They gave out these square grape like stress square.
Hey, they had to preface. These are not for eating. I saw they put out like a statement that was like, "Hey,
Oh, yeah.
like the grapes are purely cosmetic." Or
I saw someone on Twitter be like, "All right, let's see what these square grapes are all about," and like they post a picture of the grapes next to like a bottle
Man
of
of
lube.
the people.
Lord.
That's pretty fun.
So wait, $200 ticket. So I'm assuming you went Friday, Saturday were the days
Friday,
of the
Saturday.
con?
In addition to all the other stuff, the last thing that was really cool is they had like these quests that you could do. So there's these in-game.
So we laid brick. We fetched bread for the
player labor, baby. Player labor. They yearn for work. So they had these gleaners, which are like in-game quest givers, and FF. In FF, they're like these dudes who like do labor, like go collect things and bring them back to bring to the ecosystem. And so they were like these quest givers, and they're like, okay, you got to like solve this riddle, and then go find or like where on the show floor like this thing is. And then once you do it, you can go to the prize reward table. Like they had this whole app where you get digital badges, and once you get enough digital badges, you get like cool rewards when you go to like prize claim. So it's really cool. There's a lot of people that a lot of engagements. A lot of people posed.
Oh.
All of them went well, I believe.
Yeah, I was like, did you see any go wrong? That was my first question. I was like, did you see? Because like for me, if I saw that, I'd have to go home. Like my whole day would be ruined.
Like
we only saw one engagement like live. Okay. We didn't see any of them fail. We did see one. We were a little late to it. We heard like everyone clapping and cheering, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Walked up to it, and
they just progged a raid.
I was like, "Oh, they just progged engagement. Let's get it."
Live on stage. We're gonna start progging. All 9.
And then they have Battle Challenge, which is like they'll let you preview a fight early ahead, before the next X Pack, and it was really really cool, really really fun. You get to meet the people you're gonna play with right before, and it's a bunch of people in line. You guys you have to strategize beforehand, and we pulled it as a tradition because I'm a god, and that's probably the coolest part is doing the battle challenge, doing the fight early. Okay, that's where the cool stuff ends. Here's where I'm about to go deep. I'm about to go deep and go criticism mode. So Rob, get your big boy pants on because I'm about to shred this game finally.
I wore my little boy pants today. Let me go. Yeah.
Everyone's like, wait, is it time?
Okay. Keep them on. Keep them on.
It's Monday.
Man, it was fun. It was not $200 a person fun.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
GG Over Easy is sponsored by BetterHelp. Whether you're dealing with decisions around career, relationships, or anything else, therapy helps you stay connected to what you really want while you navigate life, so you can move forward with confidence and excitement. I myself have been in a relationship for over a year now. This is the longest I've ever been in a relationship. And I'm always asking myself, am I being a good partner? Am I mentally and emotionally there for my partner enough? Am I there for my partner a little too much? Am I being too clingy? How do I navigate these new feelings that I have about wanting to be better, but not really sure how to be better, or even if these are valid emotions that I should be pursuing in growing our relationship? Therapy has helped me a ton in understanding who I am as a partner. I know a lot of people out there, when they get in a relationship, it's a whole different ball game, thinking about not just yourself, but how your actions affect another person. Understanding what questions are valid and what questions are just a little bit, maybe a little bit delusions of grandeur, are super important. And I have learned so much through therapy in understanding who I am as a person in a relationship, thanks to therapy. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GG.
How many people at the convention? Like, how many tickets do they give out or whatever?
Roughly 15,000 people at the convention. So, pretty good amount. The difference being that everyone is aiming to do the same things. It's not like everyone's there for different interests. You know, there's only so many activities. Here we go. Oh, God.
Bless your soul.
I'll see you boys in a week. And
Huh?
That'd be crazy. A surprise. And that'd be so
oh no, I mean, like, I'll be back up by the week. It's because I'm right next to the cat thing.
Oh, I figured you were sick, but there's cats around you.
There's a lot of cats. They're so cute though. Fuck.
I didn't realize you're that allergic.
I get it.
I'm
I'd be
not that
dying
allergic.
too.
It's just I happen to be right next to all of them.
I see.
Anyways, what was I gonna say? Fuck.
Did you because you're in Vegas, right? Is that the convention center?
Yes, Las Vegas Convention Center, the North Hall.
Did you guys just Uber there, or like did you take like the little monorail train that goes there, or?
Monorail was like $6 a pop, so I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, like
I'm assuming you didn't take
Which con is
the
there?
Hyperloop thing or whatever.
Oh.
I didn't take the Hyperloop either. We just Ubered.
Did you gamble at all?
I was thinking about gambling, but I chose not to.
Okay.
Responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
How much long are you there for?
They're here till Thursday, so
There's still plenty of time to be tainted.
No,
corrupted.
No.
Hey, I still haven't gambled myself legally ever. So.
Are you going to go to TwitchCon this year, Mr. Fruit?
Yeah, I'm going to TwitchCon.
Okay, what's in Vegas? So
Well,
we'll make that. We'll make.
I mean, I'll probably finally do something, but like, you know, I just know I would lose a lot of money. So like, not really much for me to get out of there, you know?
You might lose a amount of money. See, you have a limited amount you can lose, but there's an infinite amount you can win.
Exactly. Like
now, who's the one getting corrupted, Blue? All right.
Hey, your brother knows all about it. He'll help you out. Like,
yeah. I should talk to him about winnings. Yeah, for sure.
I did.
Well, that's all I ever hear about. All he does is win.
Yeah, what do you mean? He's never lost.
It was kind of whiplash because as soon as you get to the airport in Vegas, as soon as you come down to baggage claim, gambling, casino, slots, baby.
Everywhere.
Love it.
Everywhere they can fit that in.
Everywhere I go, there are slots. We went to I think it was Red Rocks to go see Oppenheimer. We had our Barbenheimer over at Red Rock casino.
You mean Hard Rock?
No, Red Rock.
Was it thing called Red Rock?
It's in Vegas. I don't know where it is. Is it Red Rock? It was Red Rock Casino or some shit.
I was like, wait, you went all the way up to Colorado too? I was like,
yeah. Just for you guys.
You didn't say hi?
They showed Oppenheimer at Red Rocks. I didn't go.
Yeah.
It was jarring because it's big like resort casino, and you walk by, it's just droves of people sitting down, smashing those casinos.
That's the boomer dystopia, you know, like Zoomers have like the dystopia. NPC dystopia, like the yes, ice cream, yes, and then like you go to like 70 and above, maybe even like 65 and above that just love slots, man. We'll sit there all day.
Yep. Well, see, here's the thing. I didn't think slots were that sophisticated. I thought they were just like these these silly little slot machines, very mechanical. Dude, slot machines basically look like gacha games now.
Yeah, Buffalo, dude.
That shit was crazy.
Where do you think Gacha Games got it from?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, damn, I could see exactly where Gacha Games got their inspiration from. It was straight from Vegas. Because man, there's so many insanely themed casino games. See, it's already. Oh wait, real quick back to the con, so I can talk about how much I hate it. Okay, organizers were really bad. There was lines everywhere, which I understand, but like, man, like it was like hour waits and everything you wanted to do. There was like no seating for like any of the keynote stuff. So many people were like, "Yeah, I'm getting there like 5 a.m." Keynote doesn't start till
Oh.
like 10. Keynote doesn't start till like 10
see,
a.m.
like Jesus Christ, like
I was
Like,
like, not
you already
doing
got a
that.
ticket there, right? That should be enough.
Yeah, not doing
man.
that. The seating was really bad because people would start like saving seats, and
Oh, like no,
security didn't
no.
really do anything about it.
I don't want to
What's
hear
up?
that from
Oh.
you, Rob. Mister, I
Saving
find
seats?
3 seats and I choose
Yeah,
the
I
middle.
said, yo, get here, and I said, yo, get here. Oh,
No, I'm
you're
talking about your
saying-
movie theater. Yeah, where
Yeah,
you're
I
like,
didn't
so
say
Mr.
two people
Mr.
can't.
Handicap Zone.
I didn't save seats though. I bought that seat. Those 3 seats were available to those people before
Yeah,
they
you
wanted
bought
to
it from
move
the-
too.
you-
And
yeah, you-
I bought it first.
You bought it from those with disabilities, bro.
Nope. Then now, hey, now that I
No,
did
no,
not
you
do.
missed-
I couldn't work.
You missed it, Boo. Last week, Rob talks about how
No,
he'll
not
I
again.
saw
find
Oppenheimer,
yeah, and so
And
he found a slot with
I
3
have-
seats.
and I picked the middle seat, so nobody would sit next to me in the theater because, like, very rarely do people like sit solo at a movie theater, and there were better solo seats behind me. So I was like, oh, surely they'll pick those solo seats if there are anybody.
Oh,
Spoiler
God.
alert, they did. And the solo seats next to me weren't taken. And the only time I felt bad is when I saw a couple walk into like the shitty rows. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
See,
then
they
like I didn't
could've
have anybody sitting next to me ruining my
They
fucking
could have sat
theater
next to you
experience.
though. You didn't.
And you
actually
also
say
missed a
no.
lot of context. The 3 days before I saw
I
Mission
don't want to
Impossible,
hear.
I had the Brady Bunch sitting behind me, and they were just rocking my shit, bro. All right, I was at a corn show. All right, I want to watch Tom Cruise jump off a mountain. Anyway, back to your shitty con.
It wasn't shit. It was like a solid like 6 out of 10 con, but there were a lot of problems.
Just
not
not,
great.
but in the terms of $200, like
Yeah.
it was not. $200.
Merchandise line.
Oh,
was
that's
lotteries.
the worst.
Merchandise line lottery system. If you weren't in line first day, you didn't get You
They
didn't
love
get merchandise
Lotto.
at
They
all.
love Gamba.
So they put you in a lottery system for a ticket to get merch.
Jeez.
To get signing sessions, you had to be
Oh,
lucky and get a signing ticket in your bag when you enter registration.
The
So that was
golden
lottery.
ticket Willy Wonka stuff.
And then all the cool quests that we did. The second day, the prize claim table was just like when we got there, we finally got our badges. Like we finally did our quests. They're like, "Yeah, just take this stuff, bro." And I was like, "You're not even gonna check my badges?" They're like, "Just take your prizes, bro." So
Like, dude,
so all the quests like didn't matter. And it's probably because it took way too long to like check everyone's badges and stuff. Like if they did the quests, so there's like
And then like the
second day,
people
they
who
were
are like checking the badges don't give a shit, you know, like
yeah, exactly. Second day, there's like just
Dude.
take your fucking prizes, dude. And I
Yeah,
was like,
dude.
Okay,
well,
cool.
and it's weird
this
too, though,
means a
but
lot
like,
to you, guy in the horns. Like, take it, man. Like,
it's just strange, like the mismanagement, because they know exactly how many people are going to show up and like
Yep, exactly.
what they're looking to do. And
Oh, and here's the craziest part.
it was the
And
kicker.
obviously, Las Vegas Convention Center has food situation, right? But
Correct.
do you really think a convention center is going to have the internal convention restaurants are going to have enough for 15,000 people? Of course not. So what do? They get food trucks. Great idea. Let's get some food trucks for all of the
you're going to need
hungry
a
people.
lot of food trucks.
You know how many food trucks they got? They got 2 food trucks for a 15,000 person convention.
They're just like, hey, you know what this convention
Well, and
needs?
then, like-
More lines.
Some people may go like, "Oh, the Strip is like okay, the Las Vegas Convention Center is pretty kind of far away from the Strip." So like,
Exactly.
there's
So you
not
have to
a
take the
l-
monorail.
Yeah, there's not a lot of like I would assume food options around the convention center other than kind of like what they give
Yep,
you.
yep.
It's not like you're in the heart of the Strip.
So yeah, we ended up trying to get food the first day. Showed up, they're like, "Yeah, we just have pizzas," and I was like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah, pizzas are good." He's like, "Yeah, it's an hour and a half wait." I'm like, "My brother in Christ."
I don't know if they're that good. I mean,
I was like, "My brother in Christ." I might as well just fucking DoorDash. I'll just DoorDash to the convention
that
center.
might
I'll take a
be-
cardboard slice for $17.89. Like, sure.
It was a $14 pizza, and it was one of those little personal size pizzas. And I was like,
Oh,
"Bro,"
like they
Yeah,
cut it
like
into
the
4 to
little-
make it like the big, make it.
and I was like, "You know
So it
what?
doesn't feel like you kill those slices in one bite because you
Yeah.
do.
And I was like, you know what time it is, baby? Little Caesars hot and ready, baby. That's where we get prepped
I
for.
love me some Little C's.
They were like, no outside food in the convention center. Yeah, eat my ass.
Ah,
Still brought it in anyway. The security staff didn't stop us because it was like they know
Yeah.
too. They're like, there's nothing in here, dude. It was fun. It was really fun getting to go with the lad. It was fun. The coolest part was definitely going to see the Primals, which was like Soken's band. He makes all the music for
That was M Cooch.
for 14 and 16.
Sorry.
I hate you. And this
I remember.
Primal. Come on.
God, man.
Brain recognition. Hey, you know.
Whatever happened to is Primal still around?
Dude, they're still eating, boy.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
go look
doing
at that
their thing.
directory.
Yeah.
They still run the PvP land over there, man.
Yeah, all 12 PvP players, baby. Let's get it.
I mean,
they got that. They got them 12.
But yeah,
Yeah,
moral
no
story.
shame,
The con was fun. It was not $200 a person fun. I think a lot of people really enjoyed it, and I definitely enjoyed it. Obviously, the dev team like put their heart and soul into it, but the organizers did not. So,
is it gonna? Did they announce next con? Is it always in Vegas type of thing, or
I
was
do
this
believe
like
it's
the
always
first
in
time?
Vegas, and they do it
Okay.
every 2 years now. Obviously, since COVID's done, I'm pretty sure they are doing it every 2 years. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully,
Did you get like any in-game swag, almost like kind of like BlizzCon-esque? If like I always feel like that's really cool.
You do have the option of getting in-game swag. I have chosen not to get any in-game swag yet, because my God, they pulled some Destiny 2 level Eververse monetization for the
They can't even
FanFest
for
swag.
$200 they can't give you some in-game thing that was like, oh, like exclusively like you get this mount that like says I went to
No, that'd be
whatever.
cool. That'd be cool, but they didn't.
Jeez, and made you pay for something else like later. That sucks.
It was cool though. It was cool. Don't know if I'll go again specifically for FanFest. If a lot of my friends like win the lottery and go to FanFest, and I happen to also, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll go to FanFest. But I probably won't go specifically for like go out of my way for it again. That being said, it was pretty cool, and I definitely don't regret going.
That's good.
I
At least
do
it wasn't
regret-
like a horror story, like the ball pit, or like I forget what con that was, where they had like
That was TwitchCon
just
last
like
year, right?
no. Oh, I mean, no, that's the foam pit. There's literally a con. This is like back when cons were like a brand new thing back in like 2012, 2014-ish. And I want to say it was like some like furry con one, but they had just like, think about like just an empty kind of warehouse thing. And then they had like just like a ball pit, like in like just the center of like, and that was it. Like there was no sign or anything. It was just a ball pit. Yeah, it was bad. Hilarious though.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
Las
glad
Vegas
you
is
at least
cool.
got to experience it.
Yeah.
Las Vegas, cool convention, very okay.
Did anybody recognize you?
Nope.
Nice.
I felt, y'all. I felt real beta cuck for a while, because I saw so many really cool FF streamers I watch. Couldn't muster up the strength to say hi to a single one. Couldn't do it.
Oh man.
Arthur's my favorite. I fucking love Arthur's. I saw him and I was like, babe, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna walk up to Arthur's. I'm gonna say hi. I'm gonna be like, Arthur's gonna hug you. I couldn't do it.
Dude, I mean, I get it. Like when I saw Wreckful at TwitchCon, bro, like Ask Shark, like I
turned into mush on the spot.
I don't think I've ever reacted that way, like ever, to like seeing somebody in person. It was literally like, and then Shark's like, go say, like what did it for me, Shark was like, go say hi. I was like, dude, no, he's like busy. And he was just like standing there. Like he wasn't doing anything. And he's like, people say hi to you. And I'm like, ah, fuck. Like, all right, if they could just, like, because some people like come up to us and like say hi, and you could tell how like nervous they are. So like, and it takes a lot of courage to like muster that up, man. So like, and it was one of the like the greatest things ever to happen. Because I would have regretted that for like life if I didn't go up to say hi to Wreckful. But like, I get it, Blue. It is seriously like so nerve wracking.
Next time, baby. Next time. That was it. Vegas is tight.
Nice.
We should.
I'm glad you had fun. And
Take a gosh trip to Vegas next time, guys.
I mean,
Mr.
you
Fruit
come
would love
down to
it.
TwitchCon.
Where
We'll be there. You know, you don't have to go to the con. But you
Is TwitchCon going to be in Vegas again?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, literally, but I was one of the suckers that got like the ticket and all that kind of stuff with no partner discount or anything. You know, I'm part of the problem. Like,
probably check. We have booked everything, but I don't know if I bought tickets because I was waiting to hear from my manager. I was like, "Is there like some like back alley like discount or like plus ones?" There's
like,
not apparently.
what?
So
There's not like
no,
unless
so,
you're like obviously like Pokimane or
right. Unless you're someone that actually matters to them, then I'm sure like stuff like that would be covered.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I'd be going. I mean, I'm not even really. I think we're not really planning on going like Saturday to the con. The rest of it is just hanging out and
that's what we're
vibing.
I did get the. I felt really FOMO last year with Meg Thee Stallion because they go like, hey, there's a party and a concert, but they don't tell you who the concert is before they start selling a ticket. And then when they announced it was Meg Thee Stallion, they all like were, I think, already kind of sold out or instantly sold out when they announced it was Meg Thee Stallion. Yeah, so like it's gonna be something like in Vegas. It's gotta be something crazy, right?
See,
so
the thing is, I guarantee you, whoever they announce will mean nothing to me. So I'm probably not missing out.
What if they got the Rat Pack, dude? Vegas. They bring out the Rat Pack.
I'm into the moon.
They bring out Sinatra's hologram.
Suddenly, well, if that's the case, people are going to be selling tickets, so I'll grab one. Yeah, no, we didn't get the Twitch party. But no, I don't know, cons as a whole, not really a big fan of. In fact, it's also why I don't really go to amusement parks and stuff. I just hate lines. And you go to so many places, and it's just sit in this line for a couple hours.
Very fair.
That's why I think I like, as I'm growing older, and that's why I think I like Epcot, and I grow an appreciation for Epcot, because the lines are kind of short, because most of the lines you're waiting for are little vendors. You can go around, you drink a little bit, have fun with your friends, and just kind of eat little snackies and drink, and then leave,
Usually at a convention, if it's bad enough, I'll just starve. I'm like, I'd literally just rather not sit in line for 2 hours to grab food.
Also a valid response.
It's like either that or like PAX South, where I'm like, I don't care if we gotta leave and like we're gone for a couple hours.
Well, that's what PAX South. It was like, well, and then like the con food like at the convention is just notoriously just ass. Like it's your cliche like NBA stadium food. Like
to be fair, PAX South is different though, because like just like that, like you walk out and you already have choices.
You were there, yeah. You were in the city.
That is true. Riverwalk is a pretty goated convention center spot.
But as a whole, it's sort of like PAX South too. Like, I wouldn't go to PAX South by myself. The draw of it is always like, oh, are some of my friends going? Okay, well then it's just hanging out with them, and where you just happen to be at the convention.
Yeah, I think that's what a con should always kind of work as, is like if you go to a con expecting like, unless it's like San Diego Comic-Con or like, one of the crazy 10 out of 10 cons that are like insane every day. Like people are doing like $10,000 cosplays and shit.
Although aren't all that, what's the drama with, aren't there a whole bunch of people like pulling out of Comic-Con? Is it because of the guild?
Are you talking about
the strikes?
I think it's like, celebrities and stuff like, and I think they already had it though. I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but like basically like a lot of like actors couldn't be there, like showing off movies and all that kind of stuff. I saw a thing, speaking of that, it was like a promotional thing for the Blue Beetle, and in the thing in the parentheses it said previously filmed. Like, so like they didn't piss off like any of the Actors Guild. Like they didn't do this, they didn't cross the thing. Like
yeah. Aside from that, we'll get the Q&A here soon. Next time you see me, I'll be looking like a teenager again. I'll be in full braces. I've currently been having the...
Yeah, let me see what you are working with.
And I see the blue. Here you can.
Fuck that.
I got 8 spacers right now. And then the time we're recording this in a day and a half, yeah, I'll be getting the works. And I'll just say this. It's been about a week. No, I think today's a week since I got the spacers. Still having trouble chewing chicken. So I'm 100% going to be just like drinking through a straw all in Orlando, so that'll be fun. Ain't no way I'm gonna be able to eat anything. But that's all right. I already
You'll
got
get through
the.
it, I believe.
I'm gonna take as much ibuprofen as I can.
As humanly possible, baby.
We'll be
You know,
vibing.
I'll eat the chicken. I'll eat the chicken for you.
Hey,
How about
thank
that?
you.
It's
Appreciate
in
that.
a show of solidarity.
Like, Rob, can you do this for me? Thanks.
Yeah, like you know, do anything for you. If you want me to eat your
what a
chicken,
pal.
like eat your food.
If I have to, I mean.
If you even want me to like Mike just said, chew it up, spit it back in your mouth, like eat it a little mommy bird style. You know, I'll do that for
I'm
you.
good, but thanks.
That's a
but the fact that knowing that you would do that for me, it means a lot.
It's heartwarming.
Did you guys see the drama around XQC and Ordinary Gamer?
Yeah, I knew you would have some
Mustafar?
sort of thing because you've always had this kind of commentary.
Was it the React content stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
interesting stuff.
As a reactor yourself, Mr. Fruit, what are your opinions on it?
I'm 100% with the Some Ordinary. I believe his real name is Moose.
I didn't actually watch the video of XQC's like re-upload of his reaction or commentary to that video, you know, so I can't really say or not if
I was saying the freaking Star Wars planet. Mudahar, not Mustafar. That's why I was like, that doesn't sound right. So Mudahar, Some Ordinary Gamer, big YouTuber. He does a lot of like commentary videos, more current stuff, topics, all this stuff. What was it? Let me see if I can figure out how it got started. Because I think it got started with XQC. Because like, ready? So like, here's like the original X, whatever the fudge they're gonna call it now. So if I click in, and then, but then I have to like click in, and then I have to click in, and then I have to like it goes deep. I don't even know where it started. Let's see if I can go down the rabbit hole. So like, there's a quote retweet of a quote retweet.
Yeah, and then they go back like say like I know bigger words than you.
Yeah, so it started from some random Twitter account. Well, I say random, maybe Bub Films. I'm not familiar with them, but they appear to have a YouTube channel. And it was like, Lemino spends months researching, scripting, editing a video just for React streamers to re-upload the entire thing, provide zero input. And then there's a picture of XQC's video of said person's video where he just completely, it's like a 2-hour video, just re-uploads.
It's about like the JFK assassination.
Yeah, the Kennedy assassination. XQC reacts to Lemino. Reacts. And then, the funny thing is, Dolan Dark replied to us and I actually enjoy his commentary. These were some of my favorite moments. And then it's him drinking soda, drinking more soda, not even being at the desk.
Not even there.
Yeah. So then Ordinary Gamer retweets that and says, just a shame garbage like this fills the recommended tab. This is where it starts. XQC responds to Mudahar, saying, I wonder what triggers people like you so much. Revenue share, audience split, algorithm? I've heard this complaint a million times, and most public figures try to attack it from multiple angles just to fall flat in their face. I'm watching a vid I like to my people. That's it. To which Mudahar responds, I know you're not the brightest, but I didn't expect you to be this intellectually dishonest. Nothing inherently is triggering when you view live content on a different platform. It's when you re-upload the content to the same platform and have it copy the same metadata to further cannibalize. I get it depends on the creator whose content you're freebooting, but in your own words just now, you claim that you were just sharing a video with your fans with no intention to critique or transform it for fair use purposes. We demonize individuals like Jinx back in 2017, and large as we do as well today. This type of content is even frowned upon by YouTube in large or any webpage as repetitive and duplicate content. YouTube will often change its algorithm to fight algorithm abusive content like this. I know you've watched The Dark Knight and animes like Hunter x Hunter. Why not re-upload those as well? You also realize claiming content isn't a task any creator can just do. It requires access to elevated content management systems only the larger studios and media groups have. Educate yourself. And then it continues.
Yeah. He said that, and I was like, those are some big words. And I was like, this is obviously above my pay grade. Like, I'm out of here.
XQC, that's what the next response is. Damn, I knew you liked big words so that people would give your takes more importance, but failing your unfounded criticism full of personal attacks using anecdotal evidence to prove is cannibalistic by nature.
Yes, yeah. He said that,
goes
and I was
on,
like, get me the fuck out
and
of
then
here.
Mudahar goes on, blah, 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 blah. And XQC seemingly just completely misses the point. But because like the problem is well, one, it's not fair use. He didn't repurpose it
React
at all.
content has never been fair use.
Well, there has been some
I mean,
React
you
content.
can. I think you can react to something and put your own
But
little twist on it.
Well, like
React
Asmongold
content
and
has definitely evolved.
XQC.
Yeah, but I think most React content where they literally just watch and giggle at the video is definitely not. It's like an extension of personality based content creators where people will be like, oh yeah, like I want to see what my content creator, how they react to it. So you can argue it's transformative in that way because people wouldn't have found that video, and the whole reason why people are watching that video is because someone offered it up to the content creator. But at the same time, from a purely artistic and creative standpoint, there's almost nothing being added to it. So
aside from a face cam in a corner.
Yeah.
So, like, that was the whole problem that was brought up, and XQC was trying to say, like, it's not his fault. He doesn't care about the AdSense. If they claim their videos, which people have, then so be it. But the thing is, they have to know that and claim it themselves. It's not already going there.
And it's impossible
and some people can't.
It's impossible as an individual, you're not a corporation, to find out how many people have reacted to your video. A lot of times people don't even find out their video is viral until after the React stuff has already happened, right? So
and I mean, well, the argument too here is the fact that it's a problem when he re-uploads it to YouTube, because re-uploading essentially the same exact content onto the same platform, piggybacking off everything they're doing, which is the argument about like metadata. So like in the searches, XQC already has X amount, so it'll get boosted X amount. YouTube's going to see that, and then it could compare it to the exact same video that they uploaded, and then they're like, well, we'll just boost this one, which isn't even the original. And there's actually a Jack's Films video this past week he did on Sniper Wolf, if you guys are familiar with her. She, for years now, at this point, just does like TikTok reacts. And he goes on to show how none of it's transformative as well. Like, she adds nothing. She's essentially just watching other people's TikToks. And then there's the argument, well, exposure. So then he goes on, and it's like, well, one, I think he went through X amount of videos, and of X amount of clips, like 40% of them had the username cropped out. So you didn't even know who the original videos were. And then
that's those, the most transformative part of the video.
Yeah. And of those that were included, he's like, okay, well, let's see how much exposure this is doing, because her videos get millions of views. And they go to like one that she watched that had millions of views. Their most recent uploads are like 20 views, 18 views, 17 views. Like, nobody is watching that and then going to that creator. Now, that's not always the case, but for the most part, like, that's why I'm not a fan. Now, reacting live on stream is a little bit different and whatnot, but like re-uploading the content where you're just one-to-one watching, like the entire video is in it, and then you're like, hey guys, go watch their video. What incentive now do they have to go watch the original? They just watched the original. And it was weird.
I mean, I hate.
Well, go ahead. Yeah, I'll just finish my point. I reacted to Datto's video about like the Destiny community recently. And somebody was like trying to argue about me and stuff about reacting. And the thing is, with that video, one, I approached Datto beforehand and asked for permission and everything, and like if he's cool with it. The other thing is, it was like a 27-minute video. I think if you were to add up all the clips I took from his videos, maybe 25 seconds.
Also, you do the style of video that Moist Critical does, where the clips, it's like inverse React, right? Where it's reaction turned more into commentary with sprinkles of those clips put in, right? And so that's where a lot of people tend to conflate reaction with commentary. But so often, like modern React content, my favorite version of it is where people are doing commentary of what they watched. It's not quite as expansive or as deep as like, video essays, but it's like, it's concise enough to where like you quickly get the person's opinion on the topic in like a digestible form.
The way,
and so there's lots of creators who are doing like that that kind of like in between commentary / react content, but then yeah, you have like the inverse where it definitely is going to be a big problem, and it's the pushback has already started long before this became a thing on Twitter. It's been this way for years and years and years, where people are like, hey, like it is really shitty to essentially re-upload my content, and all you did was like have your face in the bottom right of the screen.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
Signing your life away to a big wireless provider is kind of like being trapped on a roller coaster from hell. Sure, it looked fun at first. They probably threw in a free phone, but now you can't get off. Month after month of insane bills and unexpected thrills like overages and surprise fees. If that sounds like your current big wireless plan, it's time to get off the ride with Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month. $15 a month versus what you currently spend at your big provider. That's a lot of money you could be spending on things you actually want to spend it on. Not like trading cards or anything. Not like I spend a lot of money on those. I would never spend that much money on trading cards. But for you, you could maybe finally go out and have a good date night with your partner. Maybe go to the theater. Maybe save for a trip you didn't think was possible. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans for just $15 a month. Say bye-bye to your big wireless plan's jaw-dropping monthly bills and unexpected overages. All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/GG. That's mintmobile.com/GG. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/GG.
Yeah. Because again, like, if you have a video where you're reacting to a video and within the video is the entire video, even if you took, like, you pause and you add some input, the entire video is still in the video.
Yeah, so, if you include the whole video,
yeah, that's the
and you react to the entire video, not clipped at all, it's like, come on, you know what you're doing. Like, there's so many like really good react channels too, like especially with TV, where they will literally just have really short clips, and for the most part, the video is just them and their camera reacting to the like TV show, like with just the TV show's audio. But the video itself is rarely on screen, so you're still getting like what you wanted from the react without infringing on the fair use of the show. Whereas I think a lot of streamers especially really don't understand the concept of, like, you have a lot of react YouTubers who are doing explicitly react content but are abiding fair use guidelines, and even then like it gets a little murky because it's like, is it really fair?
Well, that's the problem, is they lose, like, they think fair use and transformative is anything. Like, well, just like that, well, I laughed, or like, I inserted a comment here and there. Okay, well, if you, like, just like that, Mudahar made that point. Well, he's like, well, you've watched The Dark Knight and Hunter x Hunter on stream, why haven't you re-uploaded those? Because he knows that's not right. Yeah. So what's the difference?
Like,
there's no difference. It just knows the repercussions of going after, Batman.
I hate to say it, guys. Like, this is what happens when you don't let the Fine Bros get the word
trademark on
it. If we had let Fine Bros have the trademark, would we have these problems today? No, because we'd all be under the Fine Bros umbrella.
They'd be running the world.
The Fine Bros senator.
They'd have their new social media platform, Z.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, maybe let's go back in time.
It does kind of
go back in time and give them the right to react, maybe we don't even see any of this.
It does kind of suck because they did put so much effort into having like unique and creative react content, and then they just kind of turned out to be assholes. And now react content has just kind of like lowest common denominator fast food type beat.
You know what? Like, you know what is like the worst React content in my opinion, which it might be. I don't know. I have a love hate with it. I think, but I never watched the videos because like I just think they're fake. Like, there's no way. There's no way you're 28 years, you're a 30-year-old man, you've never heard Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. Like, I hate the videos that are like listening to Stairway to Heaven for the first time, or listening, you know, just to like the classic music. Like, oh yeah, look it up. Like listening to Frank Sinatra for the first time or something like that. Those I can like kind of believe because not a lot
found
of people
a new
listen
niche.
to Frank Sinatra. But there's like a big react to like never hearing this song before, like listening to Hit Me Baby One More Time. Like, there's no way you didn't hear that when you were growing up, like in the 2000s. Like, at some point you heard it and like you're just pretending or something. I don't know. It pisses me off. That's the React content I hate. Because then they just sit there, listen to the music, and go like, "Oh, this shit goes. Like, this is dope. I like this."
I actually do like some of the React content that like listens to like new albums and stuff, and they're like,
"Well, new albums is different,"
and I really like that stuff. But yeah, but dude, there's definitely a lot of people who, especially like 1990s plus babies. There's definitely a lot of people who have never heard like Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd. I'm not saying most
blows
people,
my mind.
But I'm saying there's definitely a lot of people who've never heard that type of stuff. Gen Z especially, they're like the Beatles who.
Yeah, I mean Gen Z. They're like, you know, like I don't even know.
Ice cream good, fire hot.
Did you guys see that Miles Morales NPC break character?
Yeah, that's funny. Well,
why are you doing that in public though? Like, just that's what
hey, I respected you more that he's like shameless enough that he's just out there and he doesn't care, you know? Like, dang. Go on, son. For me, like, the few React videos I've ever made, and the ones I like to consume, are what Blue sort of mentioned, where it's like, they pull from the video specific points to use as, like, ways to start a dialogue about a certain thing. Yeah. So they're like, they made this point, and here's what they said. Discussion. Or even just, like, summarizing what they said, brief part, and they're like, and that's a good point because that brings up, and then they add their whole thing, and it's also not the entire segment. It's just like, it's almost like, you know, when you have to cite in papers, right? Like back in school, you show your citations. You're not citing the entire paper.
Annotated bibliographies.
Yeah, you're taking a sentence or two. Same thing to React. Like, you're using enough to either get some context or do what?
Give me that high school diploma back. You can't be taking sentences. You take.
You know what I mean. I was on that MLA format. All right, I got the MLA citation.
And then we go to college, like, oh, we don't do MLA. We don't teach that. We like this one instead. It's like, why did I learn this in high school then?
Yeah.
Like, why?
But so it's like, I
hate it here.
Even though like none of my content, none of my content's reactable. But like, I would still like, Asmongold, for instance, watched like Asdacross's video of that microtransaction. He has like over 1 million+ views now. And he was cool.
Does it have more than the Asdacross video? Like,
I don't know. Just because I mean, Asdacross is when
it's re-uploaded somewhere. Like, let me look.
Oh, let me look. Asdacross has to be one of his highest.
Okay, Asmongold he reacts to it. It's an hour long of him watching it. Asdacross's react has 1.2 million.
Okay, well, Asdacross is 1.4, so that's pretty close.
But
so like, I know he's cool about it and stuff, and hopefully they reached out or something.
Would you be cool about it?
I don't know. I would need to see, like, even then, at the very least, Asmon added presumably 23 minutes of commentary, which is something. But in the video is still 1-to-1 Asdacross's video. That never sits right with me. It's different.
No, yeah, like
if they're
streaming over it, like going through it, and it's literally the whole time just the video, bottom left, him watching it basically, and then the bottom right, his chat, like listening.
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, and then at the end of the video, I mean, he always does. He's like, you know, hey guys, that was a cool video. Oh, I like that. You guys should go show us support. Go watch the video. Here's the guy's channel at the very least. But again, same thing too. It's like, well, they're not going to go watch that video because they just watched that video. And so I don't know. I mean, I've never been a big fan of the 1-to-1 re-uploads. even
Okay,
if you
so
add.
I agree. I don't think
But
that's morally 100% sound because, like, with corpo stuff, it's like whatever. Like they've got the money; they don't need like. Do they really give a shit about YouTube's ad revenue? Like with independent content creators, content creators who the channel is their own. I think it definitely matters to put some level of moral judgment on. I'm like, should I be one-to-oneing this video, or should I just take the most important points that I was going to make points of, or the most important parts of the video that like made me react
right, like
and put them into the video versus the whole video's here.
that hour-long video he made, instead could have maybe been like 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And he ends up cutting out some of his reaction, but also moments of the videos, and just like that, like he decides reacting. This point seemed like the most important to me, and then this, and then this. So you're taking pieces.
Counterpoint. It's so much easier for me just to watch the video and make all my ad revenue. So who gives a fuck?
Well, and that's the problem too,
Fair,
because
fair.
as a viewer, people do that. Like, it's easier to just watch it, and that's why people even get upset at reactors. Like, quit pausing the video.
Well, I don't. That's why I don't watch
Like,
React content because I don't. I mean, I don't know.
Like, that's not the point. They're just like, just watch
unless
the video.
It was a streamer I really like. That's what it was. Yeah, like if I watched Recful react to something, it was more so like, I don't know. I didn't watch him react to like Hell's Kitchen season 6 or something. I don't. I just don't. If I wanted to watch Hell's Kitchen, I would just go watch Hell's Kitchen. I don't understand a lot of it. And especially when people, like you just said, like, stop pausing the video. It's like, well, why don't you just go watch
Yeah. Because that's the thing is,
I think
so many people watching, that's the excuse people make, is the exposure. But so many of those people aren't going to click through. Like,
a lot of reactors
It's
got
like,
to
oh, that's cool.
realize, a lot of React enjoyers got to realize, like those pauses and cuts, like you have to do that if you don't want the video to be taken down for most content. For like the smaller content who don't really have the power to do that, it gets a little. That's where I'm like, I don't feel right about that. So
I just see it like, I see it the same way, where it's like somebody worked so hard on this.
Yep.
And this person gets to benefit even more from their extreme amount of hard work. And the other person, it's essentially like, well, they're getting paid in exposure. Okay, cool.
There's a way bigger thing to deep. I mean, you just explained capitalism, like, too,
Yeah.
is full, like, there's a deeper discussion to be had there, you know what I mean? But
like, the other thing, too, is, like, if I'm Asmongold, some people have some problems with this, okay, whatever, but I just sit here and watch other people's videos a couple hours every day, upload, that's 5 different videos, they all get, like, 500,000.
I mean, Sydney knew who Asmongold
Insane.
was, because she went, oh, that's the Johnny Depp guy.
Yeah.
Like, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard guy. And I was like, wait, you know who
Which,
Asmongold is?
To be fair, the Johnny Depp thing, he had complete rights
Well, that's
to be
like
able
fair.
to actually,
Well, yeah, that's absolutely, that's free right. Like, that's your right as an American citizen, like, to watch something like that. And if they want to, like, put a public trial.
But yeah, every time it's always brought up, I always see people defending what so many people know to be React content today, which
I think
is
like
just not.
We just like found like the 3 like the stages of it. It's like they won't upload Batman and stuff, like React Batman. They will do the YouTube one, which they shouldn't because it's the middle ground. And then over in you have totally every right to do it. It's like the judge and like the criminal proceedings and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, why can't we just get the YouTube and
But like, that's my excuse too, or what I don't like about the excuse is like, well, I'm just showing what my audience wants to watch. Like, the dude just straight up knows, like, he's like, cool, now I get to eat, I'm gonna go AFK for 10 minutes. Like, he's at that point too, he's literally just letting other people's entertainment be his entertainment knowingly. Like, I'm adding nothing.
I think it's one thing to watch it on stream. It's another thing to just re-upload it of you putting it on YouTube. Like, it's another thing to like watch it on stream and being in the moment type of thing and just letting it be that. And if you really want to go watch that, you can go watch the VOD or something like that. You know what I mean? It's another thing to like re-upload it, because then you understand the fact, like, you didn't do anything differently than just watch the video. So you're basically just re-uploading. So like, doing that, I understand that. That's where I take the malice in it.
Like, Like
Right.
Asmongold doing what he does live, that feels a little more okay. It's live stream. It's not permanent. It's also not competing on the exact same platform. Maybe he is showing some people, and then for the most part, people aren't going to go back to the VOD to watch it. It's not going to be a big deal. And he's engaged the whole time, adding his commentary, consistently pausing, adding something. But then you have so many people who are like, all right, well, I'm going to throw this on.
Oh, it's a good
I'm going to
stream
go
highlight.
take a dump.
You know, like
I'm going to just mute and eat my food for 30 minutes. At that point, it's like, you're okay, there's nothing.
Yeah.
You're letting the entertainment be your entertainment, and you're adding nothing. I don't care if you're live. If you're doing nothing while watching something, that's the problem. But anyway, that always gets talked about. And I don't know. That's just one where it's just like, I can't get behind defending it. All right, well, I guess we can finish out some Q&A.
okay.
Unless there's anything
Got a question from Farnelli Flow, bitch. Have you ever tried watching the show Mythic Quest? It is a comedy about the behind the scenes of an MMO game development team and how they deal with monetization, egos, and the gaming community of their game. That actually sounds like an interesting concept. I would love to see like a show about Bungie and like behind the scenes of how they really hate us. And by us, I kind of distance myself from like the Destiny community, and when I say us, you know, like
That's too late. You said
them.
us. I don't...
the weirdos.
Heard a lot about it. Never watched it.
I've heard a little bit about it. I still haven't watched it.
What's it on?
Is it on like Amazon? Or is it Apple? I think
I've
it's Apple.
never heard of it ever.
It might be like an Apple show. I don't know. Let me look it up. What was it? Mythic
I'm
Force?
pretty sure it's Apple.
Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest.
Mythic
I'm
Force.
pretty sure it's Apple.
Mythic Force.
Well, I think that's like a Myth Force is a game. That's what I was thinking. It is. What? Okay. Well, Apple TV. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's why I haven't watched it.
Yeah, same. Tigra says, question for Fruit. Wife and I recently got a new corgi puppy. Any advice or things you've learned over the years?
Get used to hair. Like that. You'll never be able to stop it all. So.
No matter how hard you
prepare.
try.
Yeah, it'll. You'll be like, how is it even
matter how hard
possible
you
that
try.
there's dog hair here? It'll be there. Make sure they don't like teeth and bite and stuff early on. Aside from that, just make sure you have more accessible things. Like, try to not have them get in the habit of jumping up and down stuff, especially if it's like anything higher than like, I don't even know, like your knee. Just because corgis later on, a lot of them end up having really big hip problems because obviously they're smaller joint stuff, and when they're taking those big jumps like normal dogs would, hurts them more. So we've tried to do it, but yeah, the earlier you can, or like watch that, get them used to that, the better it should be long term. Aside from that, enjoy the puppy stages. They're so adorable, and next thing you know, they're just fully grown. I look back and I was like, Olive's always, wow, where did that went by so fast.
Retweet.
And aside from that, I don't know, they're not really high maintenance too much. They can be a little stubborn. But you just have to be firm. That's one thing. If you decide you're going to do something with them, you have to consistently do that. You can't like let up once or twice and then, like for us, they've never not slept in their crates at night. They never got used to it. They don't know any. They're not going to try and sleep on the beds or anything. Like, that's one thing where it's like, nope. Or jumping on certain furniture, that kind of stuff.
Johnny Appleseed says, say you live in a Pokemon region of your choice, but the world operates according to Nuzlocke rules, meaning you would be given one Pokemon to start with, only have one chance of catching a Pokemon in a route, fainting equals death, etc. Would you become a Pokemon trainer and strive to beat the champion in the League 4 like in the games, or would you live out your life as a normal person or out of fear of your Poke friend dying in battle?
Well, it's Pokemon, so
If it's the typical art, like you're throwing me into just Gen 7, nothing changed, like Gen 6, even Gen 8, Gen 9, Bro, those are easy mode. I'm good.
Super easy.
Boom.
But yeah, but like, dude, I'll be honest, like if I'm in a Pokemon world like that, like I'm not even living a normal life. I'm one of those like activists that are like trying to get us to stop fighting with these Pokemon, killing each other. We're killing Pokemon, man.
Yeah,
These
and I'm gonna
Pokemon
sick
are
my
dying.
Pokemon on you, dude. Nice one.
You're an activist, but you participate in Nuzlocks?
Yeah.
Curious.
Hey.
See, I would. This is what I would do.
Alright.
I would grab my first Mon, and then never battle or train or anything. I just have a friend,
Ooh, just
and then I'd go live a normal life. They're just my friend.
But what if you're not? What if your random is like, I'm trying to the donkey, the weird like crazy creepy donkey that nearly ended.
Oh, Mudbray.
Our yeah.
He's still cute.
Mudbray's adorable.
No,
I
he's
mean,
not.
like,
Yeah,
like there's only a couple Pokemon. Like, they give me Popplio. I'm like, I'm gonna send this thing into battle and tell it to just growl until it dies. Like, I'm gonna. There's a couple Pokemon where I'm like,
Mr. Fruit's gonna be in the evil team.
yeah. Suddenly, Popplio. Thus begins my evil villain arc. Suddenly, I'm talking about World Order and all that stuff.
Shiny Popplio.
Oh, which, well, maybe that. Spoilers. We won't say exactly what happens, but we do encounter a shiny. It's pretty wild. Say that in our
pretty cool.
Nuzlocke. Wasn't me.
It was cool to experience that.
Never me, but
spoiler alert, it was me.
yeah. But I don't want to say anymore.
That was it.
Stop it. Yeah, I think. Otherwise, yeah, I probably earlier gens is a little more sus. But if like it wasn't randomized, it's. I mean, it's. Let's be honest.
What island we picking?
Oh well, Gen. I would go.
I'd live in Gen 2. I feel like that's the sweet spot. Maybe even Gen 3.
Well, Gen 3 is too much water. I don't know. Maybe Gen 8. I don't know. I really like that in like the wild area.
I would definitely be Gen 7. Insane transportation and
tsunamis though, you know.
Even
if they never happen.
That you know of.
Just that'd be too much for me, you know.
I'm going for the league too. It's the very first league. Their very first one. They're building it up. I could be a part of that. I'll be the first champion.
Oh. Now hold up. Now you're cooking. Although, right. As champion, you have to continuously accept challenges from the best trainers, knowing if you lose, you die.
That's not no. You faint. Big difference.
No, it says you die.
Fainting equals dying. Yes, it's fainting equals dying.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
I'm
gonna grab the bud.
Activist. You guys are like pussy.
Still do
well, yeah,
it.
No, I still agree. Yeah, you know, weak.
I would win every time. Easy. I'm nuts.
Whittle says, hello, everyone. Haven't asked a question in a while. I want to ask Rob, do you have any advice to help through the passing of a cat? Just recently lost my cat, Archie, and facing the hard reality. If it's too personal, don't answer it. Also, love the Nuzlocke. And randomizer of my own. No, man, it's all good. I think just pictures. Like, that's just what I hold on to now. And, I mean, shit, dude. It's been, like, almost nearly, like, 2.5 years since Max passed. And it still sucks, but, like, just the pictures, man. With time always heals, you know. You feel like it's never going to, but it does. Exolator. Oh man, I always mess that one up. Okay, boys, I'm gonna start a new trend of questions. So let me know what you think. I'm gonna give you a character from anything that I believe can fit into the Pokemon universe, and you tell me what you think the typing and possible core moveset. First one, Swiper from Dora the Explorer.
Wait, okay, run that back again.
Okay, so like you have to make a typing and a moveset for Swiper from Dora the Explorer.
Swiper's just normal.
No, he's got to be fighting because he's swiping.
He's
things.
dark.
He's got to be a little.
He's normal dark.
I would go dark because he would just essentially be like Thievel. That's what I would do.
I'm thinking fighting dark. That's what I would do.
Normal dark easy every day.
Nah, see, he wouldn't be fighting because he ain't throwing hands, man.
Yeah, exactly.
But he wouldn't put in that scenario,
Nah,
He's
weak.
got gloves on. He's
Nah.
got a mask.
There's a reason he's thieving. He doesn't want confrontation.
exactly.
He can't.
Yeah.
And is there any fighting dark? It'd be a new typing, kind of fun.
Panda. No, was that? Or that's grass fighting. There's a fighting dark. I forgot what it was.
I think. No, let me look.
There's definitely a fighting.
I feel like there is.
Oh,
Beware?
Urshifu.
Oh yeah, yeah. When dark and fighting type. Is it? Oh, Pangoro. So.
I was right. The panda one. Yeah. Pangoro.
Yeah. His core move set, his Z move would be, oh man. Basically, he snaps, and all your Pokemon in your team get +3/+3 to all their abilities.
Mine would be Z swiping.
Z swiping.
And if the opposing Pokemon has its base 140, and if the opposing Pokemon has an item to steal, it deals double damage.
Does he Evo in our world or no Evo?
Nah.
No. He's just a base mon, no evolutions and subpar stats, and no one's ever gonna use him.
So you think you run into Swiper in your randomized Nuzlocke, you're kind of bummed.
I'm like, unless it's early game where like your above average base stats are gonna help a little while, but after that you fall off a cliff. It'll just be one of those copes of like, well, maybe in Gen 12 we'll get an evolution,
Omnicron says, "What's up, Rob? I just recently got into keyboards and making custom ones. I also know you were in the keyboard hobby here a while back. So my question for you, or to anyone who would like to answer, what tips do you have from someone like me getting into the hobby? I also like to know what preferred specs you have for your keyboard, such as favorite keycaps, switches, mods, and also the important question: do you like click or thok? Clack or thought. Okay. Well, I don't know if my mic will pick it up. Maybe I don't. Let's see. Like, is it?
We're getting old.
Like, I don't. Yeah. So like, mine's like a little bit more. Like this one. I like the sound of like a nice cobble walk, like a nice like cobblestone walk. If that's thok or, I just imagine like in
what do your
Roman
keycaps
times
sound like? Just stroll on a
when, like-
cobblestone path.
Yeah, like that's what I like. Like when you're like in that flow of typing and your keyboard's just like clack, 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 clack.
I prefer the clack of horse hooves. That's what I like my keycaps to be, with the same
thok.
cadence.
Big thocker.
But I mean, I've talked about it before. It's like a think tank, like version 2, 6.5. It's a 65%. I like 65%. I don't like having all the F keys, numpad. Just a little too much. And then I don't get too much into the switches and things. Like all the switches, I'll be honest, feel the same to me more often than not. I don't know keyboards like that to be like, like that one feels a little bit more of resistance when I push it. Yeah, like I think mine are like ink black V2s or something like that. And they're great. I love this keyboard. And then the keycap set on it is bread.
UPS.
So I just thought it looked nice. No, bread, but kind of, yeah.
Maybe bread stole it from UPS. It was around first. Let's dissect that.
Yeah, maybe we'll start a dialogue here.
Was the question just about what we prefer on keyboard?
Yeah. And then to get into the hobby, there's a good Discord called Mech Market. You can find them also on Reddit as Mech Market. Basically, there people just kind of sell keycaps, keyboards, artisan keycaps. Basically anything under the sun. That's where I got some of my keycaps. So yeah, just Mech Market is where I would look.
I mean, I have custom ones. Well, no, I have one, and that was completely made for me. The other one is just like a default 65% or whatever. If it feels good and it doesn't make too much sound, that's really as far as I go.
Yeah.
I don't need fancy bells or whistles or. That's the other thing too. Is like I'm like, man, that looks cool, but I never look. You know, so I don't know. I'm not really. I'm never, to be fair, anything I ever do really into like the peripherals or min max and that sort of stuff.
Mr. Wessel, are you into keyboards at all?
Nope. I'll buy him stock.
Mr. Slippy says, my hero question here. Who you giving the Texas Smash to in the My Hero world? I got a tingling feeling from the Rabbit Hero chick.
Oh my god. Y'all are freaks.
I mean, I don't participate in these sorts of things, Toga, and I think it's really, weird to like talk about that sort of thing because they're anime characters and they're not real. So I don't even want to use Toga, and I don't even want to really put my 2 cents into that. So that's my answer.
Thanks for standing up for Toga. What you really believe in Toga?
Yeah,
what's the name of that? What's the name of that lady?
I really wish you would just stab me and stab me in the jugular.
What's the name of that lady? She has like the odor.
Oh,
the fucking
midnight or what? Lady.
Lady. I want to keep saying Mount Lady. Why do I keep saying
midnight
that?
or something?
But
I know you're talking about, though.
Miss Midnight. Yeah, I know who you're talking about too. But
it would take the power. It would take the power of every single all for one or one for all, a fucking predecessor to pull me out of midnight.
You don't need Jesus. Okay, no. I don't know. I don't really have an answer.
You can say no, Moo. It's cool.
Who's that?
His workout goals sometimes.
Nomu's like the thing with like the brain bird.
It is.
Oh, yeah. I was like, wait a second.
They get pretty jacked. It's workout goals for fruit. Might want to get fruit. Fruit might not want to pull out of that.
I don't know. I don't really have anything.
Yeah.
I'm drawing blanks.
Goo Boy says,
while
hey
since
guys, in
I've
honor
watched
of
it.
Baldur's Gate 3 coming out in less than a month, what D&D class would you be if you were in a fantasy world? Bonus points if you multi-class or have a subclass.
I don't know. Probably a ranger.
I always do like next time I do, like if I ever find myself in a D&D scenario, I'll be a fighter. I want to be kind of up close and personal.
I always want to be cool things, but then I always just end up being tank. So let's be honest, I'm probably ending up being the tank.
Do bard.
Not much better. I mean,
I think you'd do great at bard. You just come in and sing your songs.
You
love singing.
It's like that D&D movie, could be worse. Like,
hey,
so what do you do? I make
yet.
plans.
Well, I fly tomorrow, and I saw on my in-flight entertainment that they have that on the flight tomorrow. So I'm actually gonna watch the D&D movie on the.
And people are talking about aliens when you just admitted to flying. I feel like that is a little more newsworthy. When did you start doing that?
Hey, dude, when did you start wearing New Balances and being a dad? All right. Get your cargo out. Let me see. Stand up real quick and make sure you're not wearing cargo shorts.
Cargo short check. Oh, didn't pass.
Mid white tee socks. Like, what are we doing?
Hey, New Balance, I'll have you know, that is some great orthopedic support.
New Balance.
All right?
Respect New Balance.
Also, can anyone explain why Nintendo Switch's download speed is dog water, dude? This has been downloading for like an hour.
Welcome to
hell. Like
you were wanting to play Unite?
Yeah, we're recording it in like 30 minutes. Although,
the
speed of this download
says otherwise.
Probably not. Well, the other thing too is I was trying to download it before, and the store was down.
The Nintendo store.
Garbage. Yeah. And for some reason, even though I've had this downloaded before, I couldn't find a place to just be like, "Hey, here's a game you had before. Do you want to download it again?" No, that would make too much sense.
We'll do a final question here from Space. It says, a nuke is coming. Where do you hide to have your funniest place skeleton? Also, Blue, did you hear Nakamura by Lil Uzi?
I have not yet. No.
Man, you can't be nearly 30 years old and listening to Lil Uzi Vert, I'll say it.
Come on, man.
I'm nearly 28. I'm nearly 30. I
You
can't
listen
be
to
listening
Utopia?
to I can't be listening to Lil Uzi Vert. I
Listen to
did.
Utopia?
It's alright. Like, it's cool.
See, how can you say you can't listen to Lil Uzi Vert, but you listen to Travis?
But like,
Scott?
I don't listen to like Travis Scott, right? I don't like have him in my rotation. You know, I'm not bumping Utopia every day, but I'll be able to listen. I got my West Side Gun go boop 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 boop. See, that's what like I listen to every day, like Benny the Butcher. Funniest place skeleton.
I would
I
just
don't
want
know.
to put the skeleton on the toilet.
I think like 69ing with Sydney would be kind of funny. Find two skeletons 69ing would be hilarious. She wants to like hug and kiss and remember our final moments. I'm like, well, it's gonna be kind of funny. Like someone's gonna walk in and go, ha.
On the toilet and two skeletons kissing. Just one riding the other skeleton. That's what I want.
I don't know. I think I would maybe just bury myself like halfway into the ground. Make it look like
that'd
I'm
be a
stuck.
good one. Yeah, that's a good
funny,
one.
Like,
Yeah,
so it looks like you're
discover.
coming out.
Yeah. And then, because if I'm
Oh.
a skeleton, they'll be like, oh my god, like at first sight, like zombies. Or like, skeletons are real.
And then they're like, wait, nah,
I would do the
opposite.
See, I would do the
this
opposite.
guy's kind of, and then your skeleton goes,
I would do the opposite.
and then they're like, wait.
I would bury my head first, and then like you see skeleton legs out the ground.
Yeah, dude, I saw I have a family friend that was in Pompeii for some vacation.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
And
hopefully your
don't worry,
family's
they
had
missed
time
it
to
by
grieve.
no, they missed it by like 5,000 years. They're all right. Yeah. It happened before BC. They were there like 2023 AD.
Oh,
so yeah, this was like
close.
But those like bodies, they were literally like it was, you could see a human. Like I never seen that before. Like the Pompeii, like people that like got like ash on them, they're literally like this, and they're like statues are like, it's crazy. I'd never seen that before.
Sad.
Fun fact of the day.
But well, I say sad, but also not the worst way to go out. Pretty instantaneous. So
Is it?
I feel like
I don't know, dude.
like,
I watched a volcano thing.
well, no, but
day.
that's the thing is like a normal volcano that doesn't happen. But the way it like exploded and then the like initial pyroclastic, whatever the fudge ash or whatever, just like I think it was like pretty much instantaneous. So worst ways to go. That's why I'm saying like with a nuke too. People are like, where would you run towards it? Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Ground zero.
Yeah. Where is it hidden? Bad. I'm getting front row seats.
No way, did you Iron Giant that thing? You saved the world.
No.
I go, you stay.
Oh.
Yeah, but that'll do it for the Q&A, and that'll do it for the GG Over Easy podcast. Didn't want to miss a podcast, even though we were at GCX. We saw you at GCX.
Good
We had a
seeing ya.
sick time. A lot of fun.
You were our favorite.
Yeah. If you're a Stan listening live right now, appreciate you supporting the Patreon.
Thank you, Stan.
And we'll see you at GCX because you're listening to it live. But if you're listening to it later, we had a great time meeting you.
Oh. I was like, wait, we're doing a live... Wait, what? I don't... We're doing a live podcast. Jesus, no one told me this.
Typically, it's always live.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll talk to you
See ya.
guys soon. Deuces.